Why do humans blush? Let's set the stage. Imagine you're caught in an embarrassing moment. Maybe someone noticed a mistake you made, or a crush complimented you unexpectedly. Suddenly your face feels warm, and you just know it's turning red. But why? Why do humans blush? What evolutionary purpose could such a revealing reaction serve? Today, we'll take a deep dive into this intriguing phenomenon that has puzzled scientists and philosophers for centuries. Spoiler alert, this journey will involve surprising connections between emotions, biology, and even social behavior. Blushing is unique to humans. It's a biological reaction that doesn't occur in any other species. So, what exactly is happening in your body when you blush? To understand that, we have to explore the systems that control your physiology. At its core, blushing is governed by the autonomic nervous system, specifically the sympathetic nervous system. Yes, you heard it. The same system that triggers your fight or flight response. But isn't it interesting that this system, designed to defend you from threats, also causes blushing, which can make you feel exposed and vulnerable? Seems counterintuitive, right? When you're in a situation that evokes strong emotions, like embarrassment or even admiration, your brain signals the release of adrenaline. Adrenaline does many things: escalates your heartbeat, makes your palms sweat, and yes, dilates your blood vessels. This dilation is called vasodilation, and it specifically affects the veins in your face due to their proximity to the skin. Hence, your cheeks turn red. But here's the kicker. This facial redness isn't just a biological accident, it could have deep psychological and social significance. Let's break it down a bit. Evolutionary psychologists suggest that blushing evolved as a non-verbal form of communication, a way to display remorse, guilt, or humility. Imagine being part of a primitive community. Back then, cohesion within a group was crucial for survival. If you did something wrong or socially unacceptable, showing a visible sign of regret or emotional turmoil could pacify tensions and help repair relationships. Blushing essentially became a social tool to foster trust and maintain bonds. And even today, studies suggest that people are more likely to forgive or empathize with someone who visibly blushes, interpreting the blush as a sign of sincerity. However, blushing isn't limited to negative emotions. Have you ever noticed how you might blush when receiving an unexpected compliment, or when someone expresses admiration for you? This kind of blushing, often called positive blushing, also signals vulnerability but in a positive context. It tells others that you're emotionally affected, maybe even flattered. Again, it's a form of communication without words. Your heightened color reveals your emotional state, creating a bond based on authenticity. Now here's where things get extra interesting. Did you know that the philosopher Charles Darwin himself wrote extensively on blushing? He called it the most peculiar and most human of all expressions. Darwin was fascinated by the fact that this involuntary reaction could convey such complex social signals. Researchers after Darwin have further built upon his insights, studying how blushing varies across cultures and social norms. For example, in some societies, a blush might be seen as charming, while in others it might be perceived as a weakness. But let's move to the science again. If you think about it, blushing isn't something you can consciously control. It's a true, involuntary action. That's part of what makes it so powerful. Its authenticity. In a world where so much can be faked, a blush is seen as an undeniable truth of one's emotions. And in that lies its paradox. It's both a vulnerability and a strength. It exposes you but also builds bridges by showing others your genuine feelings. There's another intriguing layer to this topic. Have you ever wondered why some people blush more than others? Or why blushing can sometimes spiral into something that feels unmanageable? For individuals with a condition called erythrophobia, the fear of blushing itself becomes a stressor, which causes a vicious cycle of more intense blushing. It's a reminder that while blushing is natural, its impact can vary greatly depending on the individual and their social environment. In extreme cases, medical interventions like cognitive behavioral therapy or even surgical options can help manage the condition. But let's not forget that blushing isn't just limited to the face. While the cheeks are the most noticeable, increased blood flow can also cause redness in your chest, neck, and even ears. These areas follow the same principle: blood vessels close to the skin's surface dilating in response to emotional triggers. This broader response underscores how interconnected our emotions and biology truly are. So, what have we uncovered so far? Blushing links the realms of biology, psychology, and sociology. It involves adrenaline and blood vessels, primitive social communication, modern-day interactions, and cultural perceptions. Is it embarrassing? Sure, it can be. But is it fascinating? Absolutely. It's as if every blush writes a silent story, revealing more than words ever could about your emotional state and your connection to those around you. Here's a question for you to ponder. In an age dominated by social media, where people are increasingly cautious about how they present themselves, could the phenomenon of blushing hold even greater value? Think about it. A blush cuts through the curated filters, presenting raw, unedited truth. Maybe that's why some find blushing endearing. It's a reminder of humanity's unpolished emotional core. Now, let's tie all of this together. Blushing serves no apparent survival benefit in the classic sense. You can't hunt better or run faster because you blush. And yet its role in social bonding and emotional communication suggests that its evolutionary value might lie elsewhere, in the intangible but vital domain of relationships and trust. It's as if our biology found a way to underline our authenticity, turning what might feel like a physiological inconvenience into a cornerstone of human connection. We've covered science, psychology, history, and even philosophy. And there's still more to learn about this mysterious and uniquely human expression. Every time you blush from now on, instead of feeling embarrassed, take a moment to appreciate the incredible complexity of what's happening inside you. You're not just turning red, you're engaging in an intricate dance of biology, evolution, and social communication. How amazing is that? So next time you catch someone blushing, or maybe even notice it happening to you, remember, it's not just a random flush of color. It's an ancient, involuntary signal that connects us all as humans. And who knows, maybe in understanding why we blush, we can better understand ourselves and each other. Thanks for watching and learning with us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating why facts. Until next time, keep asking why.